What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. And tonight, I'm here to recap the Tennessee Titans Week 2 loss to the New York Jets 24-17. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, y'all. And this game was very, very, very similar to the Titans Week 1 loss to the Chicago Bears, man. And let's start with our quarterback, y'all, Mr. Will Levis. And I felt like Will played fine yesterday, y'all. He finished the game 19-28. He had 192 yards, one touchdown, one interception. But unfortunately, y'all, he made another dumb mistake yesterday as for whatever reason, instead of just taking the sack, Will decided to try to, step up in the pocket, run, and try to throw a little backwards pass to Tajay. Y'all on that play, he should have just taken the sack, right? And I know a lot of quarterbacks obviously don't like to get hit. They don't like to get sacked. But y'all, in that moment, though, that would have been the best thing for him to do is get sacked because that would have kept us in field goal position. Instead, y'all, we get a turnover on that play, and now the Jets get the ball back. Now, fortunately, our defense has not allowed them to go down and score, so they get any points off that turnover. But still, that's just something that Will cannot do, y'all. And he's going to have to take a better job of taking care of the football. He cannot put the ball in harm's way like he's done the first 2 weeks, y'all. And so I was really, really upsetting him by that because that's just something you cannot do, especially when we're in field goal range. We have one of the best kickers in the NFL, Nick Folk, who rarely missed kicks, y'all. And I feel like he would have made that kick. They would have put us up 10-0. Instead, we don't get any points at all. So that is totally on Will, y'all. But outside of that, though, again, like I said, I feel like he played well. That interception, y'all, I blame Traylon Burks and Brian Callahan because here's the thing. I'm not sure why Brian Callahan would put Traylon Burks in a situation to try to go up and make a contested catch. Y'all, Traylon Burks has never been a good contested catch wide receiver. That's just not his forte. That's not something that he does very well. Even come out of Arkansas, that was like his big weakness. Everyone was like, yeah, he's big, he's fast, and he's strong. But for whatever reason, he is not a good contested catch wide receiver, y'all. And I think it's because he just lacks like the physicality that you have to have when you're going against a very physical corner. And Brandon Echols, y'all, he's playing some really tight coverage on Traylon Burks that route. And you have to be strong with the football. You got to have strong hands, y'all. I don't think Traylon Burks really trusts his hands. That's the big problem. And that's why, again, I was really shocked that Brian Callahan even put him in that predicament. So I don't really blame Will for that. I totally blame Brian Callahan because your wide receiver, Traylon Burks, this guy seems like he lacks confidence. He's not confident with his hands in particular, y'all. So why would you put him in a situation to fail? Should Traylon Burks make that catch? Absolutely, because the football was right there in his hands. Okay, he let Brandon Echols, he let him just take control of the football. You got to be strong with the ball, man. This is the NFL. These cornerbacks are really, really physical. You got to play through the point of the catch, y'all, through the point of attack. He was not able to do that. So, again, though, Will, that was a really good throw by him. Had Traylon Burks, y'all, been able to come down with that catch, Will Stallone would have looked a whole lot better because that would have been like a 50-yard catch right there. So he would have had 50 more yards added to his stat line. But again, I blame Brian Callahan. Why put Traylon Burks in that situation when you know he's going to fail, y'all? And I'm really starting to think Traylon Burks might not even be an NFL wide receiver. I thought he could at least be maybe a number 4, number 5, y'all. I don't even think he's an NFL caliber wide receiver. Seriously. What can he do? He can't get open. He can't catch. Right? He's not physical at all, even for a guy his size. A guy that's like 6'2", 225 pounds is not physical at all. And he doesn't trust his hands. So what's Traylon Burks really doing on this team, y'all? I don't know. Right? But again, Brian Callahan, you have to be better as a play caller. Y'all, speaking of Brian Callahan, I don't understand why we are not attacking the middle of the field. When you look at the playmakers that we have on this offense, man, starting with Tyler Boyd, y'all, and we're not using Tyler Boyd properly. Tyler Boyd is one of the best slot receivers in the NFL. He's been one of the best slot receivers in the NFL probably for the last 7-8 years now. And his specialty, y'all, is working across the middle of the field on those little short to intermediate routes. Why are we not throwing him slant routes? Why are we not throwing him dig routes? Why are we not doing that with him? Now, we did it one time yesterday, and that was great to see, right? Will had a nice little PA boot, which is a play action boot for those that don't know. Tyler Boyd, excuse me, he was running a little crossing route, y'all. Okay, that was really good. I need to see more of that. We're not running crossing routes. We're not running slant routes enough. And again, I don't understand it with the playmakers. We have Tyler Boyd. Why are we using our tight ends, man? Josh Riley is a 6'7" tight end. He's going to have a ton of smaller DBs and linebackers on him. We can really use that to our advantage. We could just throw him on a little seam route, man, down the middle of the field, and he's going to be able to use his height to make the catch. Chika Conko is one of the most athletic tight ends in the league, and for whatever reason, we're not using that to our advantage. We can get him matched up on a less athletic linebacker and just let use his speed to his advantage. We're not doing that. And I don't think it's just because Brian Callahan, y'all, is a new head coach, because at the end of the day, he's not a new play caller. Okay, I know he wasn't calling plays for the Bengals, but he's not new to this, y'all. Because even when you're an offensive coordinator that does not call plays, you're still involved in what plays are being ran every single Sunday. And Brian Callahan was still involved with that with the Bengals. Zach Taylor, the head coach, he was calling the plays, but Brian Callahan was still involved in that, y'all. He still had a major role in that. And so for whatever reason, he comes to us, and now through 2 weeks, and again, it's early, but through 2 weeks, y'all, we're not getting open across the middle of the field. We're not even really running routes across the middle of the field like we should be. Again, slant routes, dig routes, crossing routes. Why are we not doing that enough when we got the personnel to do so? We could throw D-Hop on a little slant route, man. We're not doing that. I saw us do it 2 times yesterday with D-Hop. That's it. We got to get him involved more. I know he's coming back from an MCL injury. We got to get D-Hop to football more, y'all. He's too talented of a wide receiver not to get the football in his hands. So Brian Callahan, and I get it, he's a new head coach, but he has to be better, y'all, period. Brian Callahan has to be better. I expect him to be better. But back to Will Levis, I would give Will Levis a B- for yesterday, y'all. Last week, I think I gave him a grade of a D. This week, he was much better. Right? He completed almost 68% of his passes, which was good to see. Okay? But the fumble that he had, inexcusable, y'all. Just inexcusable. Right? You cannot do that. Again, like I said a few minutes ago, we were in field goal position. And we have one of the best kickers in the NFL, Nick Folk. You cannot have that boneheaded mistake down there. So he's going to have to clean that up. All right? He needs to do it immediately. He needs to do that immediately. Again, Will Levis, man, you got to stop with these boneheaded mistakes. But outside of that, y'all, he played a really nice game. And now, y'all, let's switch gears and move on to Tony Pollard. Man, I feel like Tony Pollard is running the ball very well. I think our offensive line, particularly the right side, is not playing well at all, y'all. NPF, Nicholas Petit-Frere, he was god-awful yesterday. He gave up 13 pressures, which is ridiculous. Dylan Raiders, y'all, he gave up 4 pressures. So we have a major problem with the right side of the offensive line, and this was one of my concerns, man. When I did my Titans season preview video a couple of weeks ago, I stated that I was concerned with the right side of the offensive line because NPF and Dylan Raiders, y'all, to this point in their NFL careers, they have not shown to be good starting caliber offensive linemen. I know they could be quality backups, but y'all, I don't think they're starting caliber, offensive linemen in the NFL. And this is a huge concern because I think a lot of people, were expecting them to finally have a breakout year. And again, we're only 2 games into the season. But y'all, I mean, NPF, though, he's played enough football games at this point. Dylan Raiders, he's played enough football games at this point. We kind of know who they are. We know who they are. We've been waiting on Dylan Raiders to be a starting guard in this league for 4 years. This is his 4th year. His 4th year. And we've been waiting on him to be a really good guard in the NFL. Y'all, when are we going to just give up and say, you know what, this dude's a lost cause. He's just not that good. I don't know why we were so quick to start him. I think the reason we wanted to start Dylan Raiders because he's a young guy and we felt like, okay, well, Bill Callahan can make something out of him. But y'all, at the end of the day, even the great Bill Callahan can't do anything with Dylan Raiders. Dylan Raiders, he has slow feet. He doesn't use his hands very well, at least not consistently, especially not in pass protection. And run blocking, he can be decent at times. But yesterday, him and NPF, they were just bad in all aspects. Run blocking and pass blocking. It was horrible. Now, the left side, though, y'all, let's give some kudos to J.C. Latham, Peter Skorowski, and Lloyd Cushenberry. Y'all, JC was very, very dominant yesterday, man. He looked like a Pro Bowl caliber left tackle on yesterday. That was great to see. I mean, the Jets have a really good defensive line, and I feel like he played extremely well. I know Jermaine Johnson ended up getting injured in the game, but before he got injured, he really didn't have, too much success going against JC. So that was great to see. I know JC, he kind of had, a decent game last week against the Bears. You expected rookie left tackle on the road going against a very good Bears team, y'all. But yesterday, yeah, JC played really well. Peter Skoronski, y'all, he looked much better than he did last week against the Bears. And then Lloyd Cushenberry so far through 2 games, he's looked to be like one of the best series in the NFL. So I feel really good about the left side of our offensive line, y'all. The right side, though, they need to get it together immediately. But Tony Pollard, he keeps running the ball well. I'm telling y'all, Tony Pollard's gonna end up breaking a run for like 70 yards. Okay, we just need to open up that hole for him because he has that kind of explosiveness and speed in his bag, y'all. We just need to get that run game, the holes opened up for him, so that way we can really see Tony Pollard really on display for us, y'all. But I think he just continues to run well. Tajay, y'all, he got injured yesterday. I think it was an ankle injury. But even before that, I'm really confused on why we're not using Tajay more. Because remember, all off season we kept hearing everyone tell us that this is going to be kind of like a dual running back system. Well, so far, y'all, through 2 games, getting a small sample size, but Tony Pollard, I mean, he's got the majority of the work at running back, whether it's getting carries and getting catches. Because I think Tajay Spears only has like 6 carries through 2 games, which is really, really, really low. Right? It's only 3 carries a game, y'all. So I don't know, like, why we're not using Tajay more. Because him and Tony Pollard are basically, the same style of running backs, except Tony Pollard probably has a little bit more power to his game. But yeah, we need to use Tajay more, y'all. I mean, excuse me, again, like I was saying a few minutes ago with Brian Callahan, I just don't get it right now. Some of his play call, I think he's being a little too cute, man. Like, no, let's just run little basic stuff. Like, seriously, just run D-Hop on the slam route. Just run Tajay on a little wheel route. I mean, it's that simple. Just give Tajay the ball in space. We're doing it with Tony Pollard. Hey, let's start doing it with Tajay, and hopefully we'll see it, this week against the Green Bay Packers, y'all. And, y'all, I think for us, though, offensively, we need to be better situationally. I feel like on third downs right now, we have not been particularly good, man. Even yesterday, like I know we can, we were a little bit better than we were last week, y'all, but we were only 5 of 12 yesterday on third down, right? That's not good. That's only 41%. I want to see us be a little bit better. I really would love to see us around like 47, 48% in terms of third down. Now, again, it's better than last week because last week we went 2 of 13 on third down, but still, we have to be better on third down, man. And I think that's just where we have to, again, that's where we have to really grow offensively, is just in those situational periods, man, on third down, y'all. Or even like, 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3, not getting negative yards, not having, dumb penalties. We cannot do that. So that's why I really want to see this offense get better at y'all. And other guys that stood out, y'all, I mean, man, can we give a round of applause for Mr. Calvin, really, because he showed up and showed out on yesterday. Man, Calvin really was phenomenal yesterday, y'all. He obviously had that nice little rushing touchdown that jet sweep play. That was a really good play call by Brian Callahan, so I give him credit for that. And then him and Will, they finally connected with each other, y'all. That was a nice throw, nice catch, even better catch by Calvin, really 40-yard catch over Sauce Gardner. Y'all know Sauce Gardner is probably the best cornerback in the NFL. So I love to see Calvin really get things going on yesterday. I mean, in total, he had 87 total yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's basically scored all of our points, right? Minus Nick Folk having that 41-yard field goal. But yeah, Calvin really was phenomenal. We know the kind of player that Calvin really can be. Him and Will, they had another play they nearly missed out on, y'all. I mean, Calvin really easily could have, and like I said this last week. Last week, he could have easily had over like 120 yards. Yesterday, he probably could have had close to like 140 yards, and him and Will connect on that deep pass. And there was another play that Calvin really was open, but Will was unable to find him. But y'all, I'm telling you, Calvin really expect to see more games like this from him. This guy is a really special talent. We just need to find ways, to get him the football in his hands, because he can really, really do a lot of special things with that football in his hand. So it was great to see him have the performance that he did, y'all. And now let's move on defensively, y'all. And Harold Landry, man, was a star of the show defensively. Like, Calvin really was a star of the show offensively. But this was about Harold Landry yesterday. Harold Landry had 2 sacks, y'all. And, I had my concerns about Harold Landry coming into the season because I didn't know if he was going to be able to regain his form from 2021. Y'all remember 2021, Harold Landry was like one of the best edge rushers in the league. And then he tore his ACL in 2022. And then he came back last season. He was good, but he definitely did not look like that same player in 2021. But so far, y'all, through 2 games, Harold Landry actually looks better than what he did in 2021. He looks more explosive. He looks like he's gotten stronger. And he's actually making plays in the run game as well. He also had a batted down pass on yesterday. So, man, Harold Landry was just all over that field on defense. And this is great to see because right now, Artie Key has done next to nothing for us, y'all. That's why we really, really need an edge rusher. There's a certain edge rusher up in New York that kind of has a contract dispute with his team named Hassan Reddick, who we just, we having to play his team on yesterday, y'all. I know some people don't want Hassan Reddick. I absolutely would take Hassan Reddick because he's a much better player than Artie Key will ever be. But anyways, y'all, I digress. Harold Landry was great on yesterday. We need him to continue to be dominant because he seems like he's the only guy right now at the edge rusher spot that can generate pressure consistently. Because, again, Artie Key is being basically invisible through 2 games. So, Artie Key, you got to step it up, my man, because we need to help out Harold Landry on that edge. But, Harold Landry, keep doing your thing. Also, y'all, let's talk about Ernest Jones, the new man that we traded for a couple of weeks ago. And, y'all, now y'all see why I was so excited when Rand traded for Ernest Jones. I mean, he was phenomenal on yesterday, man. He had 5 run stuffs, y'all, 2 tackles for loss. I think he finished with 9 tackles in total. I mean, he was just blowing everything up. The New York Jets were unable to block him at all. I mean, he was coming in like a flying missile, y'all, like seriously. And when you have him and Kenneth Murray at linebacker, I feel like that's one of the best linebacker duos in the NFL in terms of like blitzing, in terms of, running from sideline to sideline, blowing up things in the backfield, making plays. We finally have a really, really good linebacker in Tennessee. This is a good thing for us, y'all, because, I mean, let's be honest, we really haven't had, really good linebacker play probably since like the Keith Bullock days. But now we have a really, really good linebacker in Tennessee and Ernest Jones. And I think as he continues to learn to play, but mind y'all, he's only been here like what now? 3 weeks now, I believe. So as he, continues to get familiar with the playbook, I think you can only expect more from Ernest Jones. And then finally, y'all, on defense, the guy that really stood out to me was my man L'Jarius Sneed. Now, I know L'Jarius Sneed at the end of the game, yes, he allowed that 26-yard catch to Garrett Wilson. But, y'all, I mean, it's very hard to be a corner in the NFL. I don't care how good you are. It's hard to be a corner in the NFL and never give up, a single catch because these wide receivers are too talented. They're too athletic and they're too fast. And that is just too amazing, right? For them not to get some catches on you. But, y'all, he really limited Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson only finished with like 4 catches for 57 yards, which is really, really low, for Garrett Wilson's standard. So, shout out to L'Jarius Sneed, y'all. Through 2 weeks, he's looked like the lockdown corner that all of us expected him to be. Another great trade by Rand. And so, yeah, L'Jarius Sneed's a lockdown corner. He's going to continue to lock down these wide receivers, y'all. And really our secondary as a whole. I mean, Quandre Diggs, man, he's been playing well. Monty Hooker, he had a nice PBU on yesterday. And Chidobe Awuzie, y'all. Listen, I told people Cheeto's a really good player. I know some people like Wild Tigers give Chidobe Awuzie, so much money, a 3-year, $36 million deal. He's 29, all this, y'all. Cheeto's a really good corner. He also played, really well on yesterday. He gave up that catch to Mike Williams at the end of the game. But again, like I just said, L'Jarius Sneed, y'all, I don't care how great of a corner you are. You're going to give us the catches. It's just about, limiting the amount of catches that wide receiver gets. And so far, those guys have done that. And as a whole, y'all, I mean, defensively, we've been balling out. Like, I have no complaints so far. Now, y'all get to see my face again. But I have no complaints so far about the defense, man. They're playing well. They're communicating with each other. And we're not giving up big, explosive plays. So, I really love when I'm saying from the defense, man. If the offense ever gets it together, y'all, I think this team has a chance to be pretty good. But, yeah, those are really the players that stood out to me again. Calvin really offensively. And then defensively, Harold Landry, Ernest Jones, and L'Jarius Sneed, y'all. Other takeaways from the game, our special team unit is the worst in the league, and Cole Anderson should be fired. Period. Listen, I know we just hired Cole Anderson back in February. Y'all, he should be fired today. Should have been fired yesterday. How in the world, now I'm finna get a little mad, okay? I'm finna rant a little bit, y'all. How in the world do you allow 2 back-to-back punt blocks, y'all? Block punt, excuse me. Back-to-back weeks. How's that happen, man? How in the world does that happen? I cannot wait to hear from Cole Anderson. We should hear from him on Thursday. I want to hear what excuse he's going to make. Because last week, y'all, he said, I just have to coach better. Okay, what are you going to say this week, man? We're going to get our punter hurt again, y'all. Remember last year we got Ron Stonehouse hurt. He's probably the best punter in the NFL. We're going to get him hurt again because we cannot protect this man. What in the world is our special teams unit doing in punt protection? How does this keep happening, y'all? We have a new special teams coordinator, and yet the same thing is still happening. Colt Anderson needs to be fired. Period. And I don't know what special teams coordinator is out there, laying on his couch right now, but I would literally call up anybody, y'all, right now, because I think anybody would be better than Colt Anderson. I don't feel like he's really coaching these guys up at all. Look at the way they're protecting and punt protection. It's horrible. It's horrible. They can't make a block to save their life. They can't do it. And I know at some point you got to blame the players, but y'all also got to blame coaching as well. Right? And right now, our coaching has been pretty poor, special teams wise. Offensively with Brian Callahan, I would say he's been okay. Denard Wilson has been really good. Cole Anderson, man, you've been horrible. And he needs to be gone, y'all. Because I don't want to see another block punt in Tennessee. I don't want to see that anymore this season. And I don't want to see our punter, Ryan Stonehouse, get injured because we cannot protect this man. It's ridiculous. Back-to-back weeks of block punts. Wow. Now, fortunately, y'all, our defense is so good that when it happened last week against the Bears, they only gave up a field goal. And when it happened yesterday against the Jets, they only gave up a field goal. But still, that's 3 extra points that the Bears got in week 1, and there was 3 extra points that the Jets got in week 2. Should have happened. They shouldn't have had those 3 points. Those are free points we gave them. All because we have the worst special teams unit in the NFL. Isn't this a recurring thing, y'all, with the Tennessee Titans? We have one of the worst special teams unit in the NFL. Even when Mike Vrabel was our head coach, our special team unit was horrible. The only thing that's saving us right now is because we have one of the best kickers in the NFL, Nick Folk. But other than that, if it wasn't for Nick Folk, y'all, this would probably be one of the worst special teams unit of all time. And I think even still with Nick Folk, y'all, this is the worst special teams unit in the NFL. I'm serious. And I know Justin Tucker, kicker of the Baltimore Ravens, he's missed a couple of kicks so far early on in the season, which is really rare for him. But even the Ravens, they have a much better special teams unit than we have. At least they know how to protect and punt protection. We can't even do that. I mean, y'all, we might have to go for it on 4th down every single time from here on out the rest of the season. Like, seriously. Because I don't trust us to even punt the ball right now. Because we can't protect. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, y'all. And I know some of y'all can say, well, Zay is early on. But that's one of those things. This is something that does not happen. Our offense struggling. Okay, hey. Not surprised that's happening. Second-year quarterback. We got a lot of young players on the offensive line. A coach that's never been a head coach before. So I can understand why we're having some struggles offensively. But having struggles within your special teams unit, man, that makes absolutely zero sense. And that is a coaching problem. I don't really think it's more so on the players. I really don't. I think it's more so on coaching. I don't think Cole Anderson is coaching them very well. My God, he's a very young head coach. He's a very young special teams coach. He's only 38. He's never done this before. Maybe he just wasn't ready to be a special teams coach yet. Because this right here is unacceptable. So, y'all, I'm telling you, he needs to be fired. Obviously, is he going to get fired? No. Because Brian Callahan is not going to do that after only 2 weeks. But, y'all, if this happens again at any point during the season, I don't care if it's week 16, week 17, he needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. Okay, y'all. On a positive note, though, this team looks pretty solid. Like, let's be honest. Our defense is really good. They're balling out. Now, the only problem I have with the defense, we're not forcing any turnovers. That's my only problem, okay? We're not forcing any turnovers. But outside of that, we're playing really well defensively. We're not allowing explosive plays. And even on yesterday, y'all, now I was a little irritated when Braylon Allen had that 20-yard touchdown run that won the game for the New York Jets, right? They ended up being the game with the touchdown. I was upset by that. And I also was upset when Kenneth Murray gave up that touchdown to Breece Hall, that 26-yard passing touchdown. But I couldn't be too upset because it happens, y'all. Even the great defense, you're going to give us some points sometimes. And even with that, we're not really giving up a lot of points. I mean, 24 points in the NFL is not a lot. Right? And really, y'all, we only gave up 21 points to the defense because remember, they got that field goal because our special teams unit is horrible. So really, I only count us giving up 21 points, which is not bad. No, I'll take it. So, we're really good defensively. Offensively, y'all, again, he has to stop with these horrible mistakes. And the right side of our offensive line has to be better. And Brian Callahan is a play caller. He has to be better because, again, I said earlier, we got to start attacking the middle of the field, man. Run more slant routes, run more crossing routes, run more dig routes. Get these tight ends involved, man. Use Josh Riley's height to our advantage, and also use Chig's athletic ability and speed to our advantage. And special teams unit, y'all, that's a lost cause, okay? But offensively, yes, we can definitely improve, y'all. The sky's not falling. It's not time to panic, okay? This team is not a dumpster fire. We don't look like the New York Giants. We don't look like the Carolina Panthers. Okay, there's some really good football that has been played through the first 2 weeks of the season for us. We just have to be better offensively, really. We got to be better offensively. Will has to make smarter decisions, right? He has to know when it's okay to take a sack in that moment. He has to know when it's okay to throw the football away. Don't try to be Superman every single play. Right? Dylan Raiders and MPF, y'all, they got to decide, hey, we got to be, man, we got to start blocking some guys up front so we can open up rushing lanes for our dynamic running backs, I should say, Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears. And we can keep our quarterback upright. Right? And Brian Callahan, y'all, has to quit trying to be so cute as a play caller. Just be simple. Sometimes being basic, y'all, actually works out. Like just running an easy little, inside zone play is fine. You don't always have to, because you notice Brian Callahan, like he loves to run like these little, like toss crack plays, these jet sweep plays, these screen plays. Sometimes, y'all, just being simple is going to get the job done. Slant routes, crossing routes. Y'all keep hearing me say it. Dig routes. Curl routes, comeback routes. Just be simple, man. You got the playmakers. You don't got to make it hard on them. And so, y'all, I'm not worried. I know a lot of y'all probably expect me to come on here and really get upset. Really, I'm just upset with our special teams unit, our special teams coach. I'm upset with Will in terms of his, dumb mistakes, his dumb decisions. I'm a little upset with Brian Callahan because, again, he's being a little too cute as a play caller. And then I'm upset with the right side of our offensive line, Dylan Raiders and MPF. Okay? But other than that, y'all, I'm not really mad because I see that this team has potential to be a really good football team. We honestly do. I know a lot of people don't think so, but we honestly have the potential to be a really good football team. And we are so close, y'all. So close. You can see it, right? So close to being where we want to be. All right, y'all. So before I get up out of here, man, let me give y'all my offense, defense, and special teams grade for yesterday, man. And so offensively, y'all, giving us a grade of a C. Because I thought it was just okay. It wasn't bad like it was last week, particularly in the second half. Obviously, it wasn't good, but it definitely wasn't bad. Again, Will and Calvin, really, they were finally able to hook up on a nice, 40-yard pass. I also love when Calvin really had that nice, rushing touchdown, that jet sweep play. And so it wasn't all bad offensively, but it was just, it was an average performance. Defensively, y'all gave us a grade of A-. That was a really good performance by our defense. I was just upset with the Braylon Allen run because y'all, like, that was a really, really, really our edge rushers, I should say, played really, 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 really poorly on that running play. They did not set the edge at all, and that's why y'all saw, like, Braylon Allen. I mean, it was just a wide open 20 yards that he had right there. Like, nobody even touched him. And again, that was really due to our edge rushers. They did not set the edge at all that play, and so that's why he was able just to run, to the end zone without getting touched. So I gave us a grade of A-. Again, really good performance. Wasn't as great as it was last week against the Bears, but this was still a really good performance. Because for the most part, we held the Jets in check. And then special teams, y'all, gave us a grade of D. The only reason it's not an F is because Nick Folk did make a 41-yard field goal. And as y'all know, the kicking game is part of special teams. But if Nick Folk saying if he missed that field goal, we would have had a grade of an F for special teams. No question about it. Because another block punch, y'all. And then also, we haven't really, and I thought we were going to be a little bit more dynamic in this part of the game as well. But we haven't really been able to, get Jaquan Jackson going in the kick return game, man. I thought we were going to be able to do that. We just haven't been able to do it so far. But I'm not, as upset with that as I am, say, with the block punch, because that's really, unacceptable. Okay, if we can't really get, Jaquan Jackson going in the kickoff game, that is what it is. But continue to have all these block punts, that doesn't make any sense, y'all. And that's really, 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 really bad. And that's just something that we're going to have to get better at, And again, if that means we got to let go of Cole Anderson, well, hey, man, hit the road, Jack. Like my man Ray Charles said back in the day, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Because, and I never, really like calling for someone's job at the end of the day, y'all. The NFL stands for what? Not for long. And Rand and Brian Callahan, they don't have a long time, y'all, if we continue to lose. Like, seriously, I know Brian Callahan's a first-year coach, and Rand Carthon is a second-year GM, but they don't have a lot of time. Miss Amy, we know she wants results, and she wants them quick. That's why she fired Mike Vrabel. That's why she hired Brian Callahan. That's why she allowed Rand to open up, the checkbook and bring in a lot of players, Legere Sneed, Cheeto Balwuze, Tony Pollard, Lloyd Cushenberry, Calvin Ridley. Okay, she's expecting results, and she wants them right now. So we have to be better as a collective, y'all, particularly, though, offensively. Right? Because I've seen teams, be really bad on special teams and, be able to win in spite of it, even though we must be better on special teams. But if we could just be more consistent offensively, y'all, I'm telling you, this team is going to be good. Because you can see it. Like, we had moments, even offensively. As much as we struggled through the first two games, we had moments, y'all, we look like a pretty good unit. And then we have those times where I'm like, what are we doing? Right? We have these penalties. Then we cannot run our pass block. Then he's making a dumb mistake, right? Then we throw the ball to Traylon Burks and he drops it, right? And we want to pull our hair like, what is going on? But then we had those other moments. We're like, yeah, we're moving the ball. Will is playing in rhythm. Like, he started out the game really hot. I think at one point Will was like 8 of 9. So he started the game really hot. Right? And then it kind of went downhill from there when he had that fumble. But again, y'all, relax. It's okay. Only 2 weeks into the season. We've seen really good football being played from this team so far. No reason to panic. We have a big, big game on Sunday, though. Cannot lie. Big game on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. A game that we have to win, y'all. Because if we don't win that game, then I will probably wave the white flag and say, yeah, it's time for us to tank, okay? Time for us to tank, seriously. Because I don't think you can recover from an 0-3 start. And then plus, we lose to the Packers, y'all. Listen, the Packers have a really good team. But Malik Willis is their quarterback right now. And I like Malik, but let's be honest, y'all. Malik, he's not the best. So if we lose at home to Malik Willis, oh, yeah, it's time to tank, y'all. It's going to be time to tank, seriously. But if we get the win at home against the Packers, y'all, all is going to be well and tight as land. And I think people are going to be like, oh, yeah, this team can still make the playoffs. Right? And so Huge game, y'all. Huge game. We're gonna get into, I'll talk about this, really later in the week as we get closer to the game. But yeah, this is a huge game on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. A must-win game. A must-win game. I know I said this game was a must-win game, but this game against the Packers, seriously, y'all, this is a must-win game. The only reason I said this game against the Jets was a must-win game is because I didn't want us to start 0-2. I didn't, but here we are. It's okay. Y'all, the Ravens are 0-2. I still think the Ravens are going to make the playoffs. The Bengals are 0-2. Right? You're talking about two really good teams in the Bengals and Ravens that are 0-2. So we're okay. We're going to get better. I think we're going to gain some momentum, y'all. We're going to become a more consistent team offensively. I think he's going to cut down on these dumb mistakes, these dumb decisions. I think in the end, y'all, our team is going to look pretty doggone good, man. So there y'all have it. That was me recapping the Tennessee Titans Week 2 loss to the New York Jets 24-17. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Tonight, y'all, we have, let me go back and show my face. Hey, there I go. Tonight, y'all, we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to take the Eagles to win this game. I'll say 30-20. I got 30-20 Eagles. The way Kirk Cousins looked last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, it wasn't the best. Excuse me, really the way the Falcons look as an offense was not the best. So yeah, I like them. I like the Eagles, y'all, to win this game 30-20. I will be watching that game. I'm sure a lot of y'all will be watching the game as well. Yeah, if anybody has any comments or questions, feel free to make it at this time. Let me see. All right, hey, how you doing? What's up? Somebody on Twitch, what's going on? The people out there on Twitch. That lady Tamika, what's up? She said 100. Your twist are fire. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I just got a retwist on Friday. So yeah, you like it? Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Well, if no one has anything else to add, remember, y'all, laughter is good medicine. So what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm gonna end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.